Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we will be going over two more matches from the PvP battlegrounds thing. And the first match is going to be against Simula, who in my opinion is one of the most underrated MCOC YouTuber, and the second one is going to be against Seatin. And these gameplay videos, they have been recorded a few days ago, so that was actually Seatin's first PvP match ever, and we'll talk about it more when we reach there. But first, about this particular match, it's one of my favorite matches so far, because I surprised the hell out of myself in one of the rounds. We'll talk about it again when we get there. So first of all, bans. I think the first two of the bans are pretty self-explanatory. Bishop and Apocalypse, they are good defenders, and Bishop especially needs like a really good counter, and you're never sure with these decks, and like you get 5 characters you have to choose to, you're not really sure if you're gonna get a counter or not. You kind of have to think about who you have in your deck as well. So it's better just to ban champions you're not comfortable against. And then Punisher 2099, a lot of block damage. Not really a fan of fighting that guy, so I ended up banning him. And I didn't actually ban Korg because I had Doom in my deck, and that is going to be actually the first fight. A bit of spoiler alert, I guess. And like if you see the picks that I've been using, I've mostly been selecting champions who can be used both on offense and defense really effectively, like Dr. Doom, Void, and Domino. And also my face is blocking, but I think I chose Killmonger, who again, like there could be certain matchups I didn't know who he was gonna pick. If he had someone who could evade, like Killmonger can definitely come in handy on attack as well. Similarly, Domino can come in handy on attack, but for the most part I see those two characters here as defenders. And Dr. Doom is interesting because on the first day, I don't really know what the node, I don't remember what the node here was, but against Safeguard he wasn't really that good. You could get some damage over time with the SP2s, but on day 2 he was actually pretty decent on defense. But let's see, he is going to put, I already mentioned it, he's gonna put Korg on defense. And this is one thing, as soon as I see a tough defender, my brain just automatically goes and to think about who should I use as an attacker. But first you have to choose your opponent's defender. It has messed up a lot of people. I haven't really made the mistake myself, but I have came close to making it. Or sometimes I'm just thinking about attacker and the time is running out, and I have picked the wrong defender sometimes. But the matchups are actually pretty, like these are fights that you will also see in Alliance, so these are ideal counters to these fights. Korg versus Doom, and you're not gonna be taking the damage. It's gonna be a long fight. Oh, it is Power Snack and Rise to Power, so this is day 2. And his matchup, Magic versus Killmonger, is always very interesting to watch. Of course, in Alliance 4 I think it is a little bit more ideal, because here we just have 2 minutes time on Magic. Is a character who has again a lot of utility, but damage output wise, especially without some of the synergies that she has some good synergies that can increase the damage output, like with Warlock and also Kingslayer 2099 I believe. But on herself, without like a power booster or maybe a class boost, it would probably be a pretty long fight for him. Also the Killmonger is rank 3 and probably not very high sig though. So that's good, I guess. But here in this particular match, I'm not that worried about timing out either. I have a rank 3 Doom. He wouldn't make quick work of this guy because it has power snack. So I didn't realize my Fury will be nullified till it actually got nullified. So I think from this point forward I'm pretty much just gonna spam SP2s and not bother with the SP3s. Also because champions who actually have to use SP3 animations, I didn't see a skip SP3 option here, and I don't know, does the timer keep ticking while the SP3 animation is on? Because if it does, then they have a massive disadvantage, because the timer, it really, like at this point I was scared. I have 35 seconds in, and Korg still has a lot of health. I also have a lot of health, but that won't matter if I don't get him down. I could be sitting at 100% full yellow bar, but still very well lose if I don't get him down, and Simula gets my Killmonger down. But again, 18 seconds left. I was getting pretty worried here, made a few mistakes, but Doom is so damn tanky. Gonna go for SP2, and yeah, the Incinerate is definitely doing a lot here. And 4 seconds in left and we finished it. So I was pretty happy when I came out, and you can see Killmonger how tanky he is. And Simula, he did pretty well because you can see his health bar. He definitely had a lot of health coming out of that fight. So yeah, it's just the timer. It's too short, if you ask me, especially for champions like Magic who aren't even available as 6 stars. But the second fight, I'm gonna go in with Domino as my defender, and he will pick Nick Fury, who is very annoying in this particular game mode, because again we just have 2 minutes and you have to pretty much kill him twice. Of course, in the second phase he does take degeneration damage till he goes to 30%, but I do believe this is a high signature level. I was very confused here who to pick. I don't think I picked an attacker. I think it automatically selected Blade for me. And this is like, I didn't have anyone. All 4 of those matchups were bad matchups against Nick Fury, so I was prepared to lose this fight and go to round 3. I had 0 expectations to win here because he was using Nimrod versus Domino, and he, again, spoiler alert, did an amazing job. Domino is a great defender for sure, but that Nimrod pretty much wrecked her. And this fight, I was prepared to lose it. Nick Fury, just generally without any nodes, is an annoying defender. And then a rank 3 6-star Isaac Nick Fury with some power gain things against a Blade who doesn't even have danger sense or anything. Like, I was like, okay, maybe I have reached I was actually considering to get him low enough in the first phase and then just quitting out of the fight, because I was worried that he will like heal to full. Like, you can see we're pretty much 40 seconds in and he's still pretty healthy in the first life itself. So I just had 0 expectations that he'll ever go down in the second phase, and I was like, yep, maybe I can take down his first phase, and then in his second phase he'll heal back to full. I'll time out and it'll show that he has full health. But you'll see some interesting thing happen. So we're halfway done. He's down to 28% health. Feeling pretty good. The fight is going well. I think Blade, he was doing a really good job with managing his power, because I was easily able to push him to SP2 a lot of times, and I have managed to not make Nick Fury unblockable and stuff. But this is where the real, like, we see 40 seconds left. He's in the second phase. Oh, I guess he's not a very high sig Nick Fury. I'm not sure. Simula, if you're watching this, do let me know. If I don't think he is a very high sig Nick Fury. But yeah, you can see 25 seconds here. Now I have hope. He's going down quickly, and I go for SP2. Those Blades are putting in so much work. I go for it. End up at 84% health. And look at that. He did very well against that Domino. He finished the fight probably much quicker than me. I ended up winning. Nick Fury, Blade versus Nick Fury, a matchup I never in my dreams imagined to win. I ended up winning it. So that was pretty cool. But this fight, this next match is also going to be pretty amazing, because some things happened that like round 3 especially, it is going to go to round 3. So banning champions, obviously Seatin, he has a massive roster. So I was looking at this ban page for a while, and I banned Nick Fury. I will never ban Nick Fury again. I guess I'm comfortable with fighting the guy now after the Blade fight. But this is, I believe, one day before the Simula fight. This is still with Safeguard, and this is immediately after my fight with Brian. If you saw that, if you haven't, I posted the video 2 days ago. You can go check that out. And I was running suicides like an idiot, because I was recording a fight, like a video just now before this, maybe the Synergies video that you saw 2 days ago at this point probably, and I had suicides on for that. Very weird mastery setup, to be honest. Like, my utility tree was just all messed up, and it doesn't go very well for me here, because running suicide just has 2 massive disadvantages. And someone commented about it, that we definitely need free mastery changes things if these this mode is gonna be, especially like it depends how good the rewards are, but like if it's gonna be, you're already turning off suicides more than half the time for the entire seasons. If you also turn suicide off the time that you're running PvP, then when will you have suicides on? It's gonna be like just a thing. If you're going for a champ in arena, you turn them on, and they are extremely powerful masteries. They definitely should, like, if they just make it easier to switch, people will still use it, but otherwise I don't think I'm going to use them anymore. If we have PvP, we have alliance war, and the cost of switching is so high, and also the time it takes to switch, it's just very inconvenient. I don't think anybody will be using suicides if that happens, unless again they're going for a particular champion in the arena. But the first defender we're gonna choose here is Toad. I don't really know how that guy works, but the good thing is nobody does. So yeah, that makes him a good attacker and defender, I guess, because nobody really knows. I mean, some people definitely in the CCP, there are some people who pretty much know everything about every character. I don't think most people, like, when this becomes a thing for everyone, newer characters are going to be pretty interesting because you're not very familiar with the animations. On top of that, you add some nodes that you're going to have, like, and the masteries of the other person. This could make this could be an advantage to players who get the newer champions quickly, either from the arena or the crystals or stuff. But the first fight here is going to be Mojo versus Archangel. Again, I'm running suicides, which is terrible for this game mode because my defenders are also going to be running suicides, which will make it easier for Seatin and make things harder for me, because as you can see, like, we are just 6 hits in. I haven't really made a mistake. Not the best RNG, we already taking degen damage, but again, 9 hits in, now we make a mistake, but we were already down to 50% health. This is going pretty badly, I would say, but I kind of had a comeback at this point. You're gonna see we have 6 neurotoxins. I say screw it, push him to the SP2, which is holding block. I use my I was about to get wrecked there, but he just died of neurotoxin, and that is going to actually be a win for me, because again, nobody knows how Toad works. So Seatin here, he is going to do time out. I believe he will have health. It's not like he died, but the timer, I definitely think the timer needs to be at least 3 minutes. But do let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Again, this was his Seatin's first match, so I'm not sure if he even knew the nodes. He definitely made the mistake of bringing in too many attackers if you saw him building the deck, but again, first match, everybody makes, like, you're still getting used to the things, and the final round it is going to be pretty funny, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. So okay, so I forwarded the fight, and as you can see, he ended up timing out. It wasn't even that big of a difference because I barely had any health left in points, but ended up taking the first round. And the second defender I will be choosing, so first of all, he's choosing the defender. So as you can see, Havoc and Void are decent on defense, but pretty much other than that, all 3 other characters that he has are generally considered as attackers, and he ends up picking Havoc, which is going to be a problem for me because I don't really have a Havoc counter. And I ended up choosing Dr. Doom. I don't remember, he probably chose Void, which is what I wanted him to do because I did not want to face Void. That was very, very intentional, picking the Doom here. I wanted him to use that Void because I did not want to go up, want to leave Void for defense for round 3, because I was already considering losing to that Havoc as I don't have a great counter to him, and Void against with suicides would have been a nightmare. Especially, I don't remember, but I don't think I had a character who was even double immune or something. But this fight, it's not ideal. It's not a terrible matchup either. Mysterio, you know, he is a decent attacker. I mostly pick him to use him on defense, but yeah, you can see that this fight, not the best RNG for me. He used a lot of SP1s, and I don't have I was blocking there. I don't know why he's still, like, sometimes it works and the AI will just not throw a special while you're blocking, but sometimes it doesn't, and I guess this time it didn't. And you can see I do not have that much health left. I'm not very close to, I get to my SP3 and need to get a parry. I see the plasmas thing on me building. I got scared, ended up throwing SP3 without the parry. This is still safeguard, so I'm not gonna do that much damage. The reason I was going for the heavies, for the poison, was because Otherwise I wouldn't do any damage, because damage over time against safeguard is definitely very important. And as you can see, like, I'm trying to beat SP2 here. He throws it, I will get the evade, and I'm trying to get 3 charges, but I guess I got tired of waiting, and I throw heavy, doing some decent damage on the poison, but he throws SP1. That is a lot of plasma detonate damage, and yeah, you definitely want to either ban Havoc, or yeah, that didn't work out well for me, and he absolutely crushed my Doctor Doom. And I'm sure Suicide just made it, he would have won either ways. I'm not blaming Suicide here, but Suicide definitely would have made these things easier for him. And round 3, this is where I thought I had won, but oh boy, I was wrong. He ends up picking the most god tier defender, I guess, because he's gonna pick Namor. And again, spoiler alert, I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose against Namor. He was thinking a lot. Don't blame him. Doesn't really have a good defender. Probably myself would have went with Blade as the defender, because he can I don't know. Like, at this point I thought I had this. I thought I had won already, because Sasquatch, the dude has a lot of health. There's not that much time. There is safeguard. I guess I didn't take into account I was running Suicide Mastery. I guess he just threw enough specials for the recoil, because I used Shang-Chi on attack. It didn't do particularly well, because of course Shang-Chi, you know, the burst damage and stuff, but when there's safeguard, there's not that much burst damage left. But here, like, I had no idea I could lose, because I was fighting a Namor. I'm to be fair, it's like a defender you don't really fight that often, because nobody places him, not even as a diversity placement. But yeah, he has regeneration, I guess. That didn't even, like, I had plenty of time here. You can see we are just 40 seconds in. He's pretty much at 50% health. I shouldn't have taken that block damage, but like, this is textbook fight. Of course, I did take damage from Suicide from using a special one to build up my heat charges. I could have used Moleman. Now I had another defender. That would have been class disadvantage. I was afraid that I will take a little too much block damage. And Red Hulk, he has regeneration, so I wish that that would have finished it. I would have ended with 80% health, but look at that. Wouldn't even have mattered. He absolutely crushed it. And that's pretty much gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Subscribe, stay safe, like, share. Bye bye. Have a good one.